In this video, we are going to be building a £300 budget gaming PC. So this video is going to consist of the parts overview, and then we'll do a little build montage, and then we'll do the benchmarks at the very end. So you can see what you're going to get for your money. So this is about, as I said, this is about £300 to maybe $350, give or take a bit, because it depends on pricing and what have you. But we've got all the parts in front of us, let's just go through them. So first of all, our sort of motherboard combo. This is for £150, a decent deal, not too bad. We have a B450 Gigabyte Auros Elite motherboard, and we have a Ryzen 1600 AF, which is pretty decent, 6-core, 12 threads for only, for a £300 build. That's really good. And obviously we have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory. That's clocked at 3200 megahertz. Obviously on the budget end, but that's a really good solid platform for £150 I think we've got there. Now obviously you could change this up and maybe go with the 10100F if you are buying this new. Or you might be able to get a Ryzen deal now. I mean, I have seen Ryzen 3600s for around about the £90 mark, so you might be able to get a similar deal now. And now we go on to the storage. Now, this is actually a 1TB drive, which has got my games drive on it, but I would recommend a 500GB NVMe drive if you can get one. You can also get just a standard SSD, 500GB, and they're around £35 now. We might even be able to get a deal for around £30. So, yeah, I mean, storage is coming down a lot now. And now we move on to our graphics card. So this is the 750 Ti, the GTX 750 Ti. Pretty old card, of course, but it only supports 2GB VRAM, so you will have limits on that. It is a budget build, obviously, so we do have to have a few sort of cutbacks, obviously, to fit in the build. But the 750 Ti isn't too bad of a graphics card for esports games still. And with Fortnite, you actually still get decent, respectable frame rates of around about 100 FPS, but we'll see that later. Moving on to our power supply, this was a prime deal that we got. This was only £21 I believe for a 600 watt EVGA PSU, which is a real bargain actually, and I was really happy with that deal. So again, 600 watts is going to be way more than enough than we need, but this is, like I say, this is a budget unit and I've got it here, so we'll use it in the build. And then lastly, but not least, is our case. And our case today, the MSI MAG 100M ATX case. So this is a sort of full ATX, sort of mid-tower case. It's got the it's got the two RGB fans at the front, and it has one black fan at the back, at the rear, and it has our tempered glass as well here. I've done a review on this case. I can link up the review in the top right hand corner. It's a really solid budget case and actually a real good case to build in, so I highly recommend it. Without further ado, Michael, you've talked a lot about the parts. Now let's get building. So roll that montage. So on to the benchmarks for the GTX 750 Ti. First up, GTA 5 900p low. We had an average of 148 frames per second, a minimum of 87 and a maximum of 267. Moving on to the 1080p low benchmarks, we had an average of 132 frames per second, a minimum of 52 and a maximum of 268. So GTA 5 very playable on the 750 Ti. Our next game up is Fortnite. 900p low, average of 126, a minimum of 38 and a maximum of 248. 1080p low, average of 105, a minimum of 58 and a maximum of 199. So again, Fortnite perfectly playable on the 1050 Ti even at 1080p low. Unfortunately, this is where it starts to get a bit more difficult with the more modern demanding games for the 750 Ti. Watch Dogs Legion, 900p low, an average of 26, a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 78. The 1080p low benchmarks was an average of 21, a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 69. Forza Horizon 5, 900p low, average of 27, minimum of 21 and a maximum of 37. The 1080p low, an average of 25, a minimum of 19 and a maximum of 34. So as we can see, these two games here just really struggling on the 750 Ti unfortunately. And it doesn't get much better. So here we go with Rainbow Six Extraction, 900p low, an average of only 42, minimum of 30, but a maximum of 57. So maybe playable at 900p. But looking at the 1080p low, average of 28, a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 40. So 1080p low is certainly out the question for Rainbow Six Extraction. And then Cyberpunk 2077, which we knew wasn't going to run very well, but we tested it anyway. 900p low, average of 20, minimum of 11 and maximum of 30. The 1080p low, average of 16, minimum of 9 and maximum of only 24. So again, Cyberpunk 2077 is a complete failure.